Hey, gang, on today's show, I have the internet famous Neil Patel, who is world renowned in its internet marketing prowess and experience. He runs a marketing agency as well as other businesses, very successful. And Neil and I tackled this idea of AI and how AI is impacting business, specifically local businesses, businesses that have local employees and staff and clients and customers, and how they can leverage AI to grow their businesses, and that it's not something to be afraid of or intimidated by, but something to embrace and be excited about. So tune in, strap in, and let's go for a great ride. Okay, today, listeners, welcome to the show. I have an amazing guest today, Neil Patel. He is a New York Times bestselling author. A Wall Street Journal calls him a top influencer in the web. Forbes says he's one of the top 10 marketers. Entrepreneur Magazine says he's created one of the 100 most brilliant companies. He's been recognized all over the web as a just digital marketing expert and entrepreneur. And I'm just honored to have him on the show today. And we're going to talk about some really awesome things that he's sort of on the leading edge in. And so, Neil, welcome to the show today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you bet. So before we dive into the burning question on my mind, and I think the minds of a lot of our listeners and clients today, just real quickly, what's your career journey? How did you get to be an internet marketing expert and entrepreneur to the level that you're at?
Sure. So I started in this space around 22-ish years ago. And when I
Okay.
started off, it wasn't in marketing. It was more so I was looking for a job, couldn't find one. I was like, you know what? I'm going to create a job board to help other people find a job. Created one, and no one came to it. And then I paid a marketing firm to help me out, got ripped off. Then I had to learn marketing, and I produced some decent results, and I had a ton of fun. And then from there, I was like, I'm not having fun creating a job board, but I'm having a lot of fun in the marketing realm. Let me just help other people with their marketing. And that's how it started for me.
Wow. Well, it's funny how most entrepreneurs that I talk to and know about and have studied over the years, it's kind of that accidental journey, right? You have this mission and think something you're going to do, and all of a sudden there's an event, a problem, a challenge that occurs, and then there's a pivot opportunity. And I think it seems the difference between the ones that become successful and the ones that kind of blather on in life are they seize that opportunity, right? And open their mind to doing something different.
Yeah, and you got to keep your mind open and try, and you never know where it's going to lead you.
Yeah, for sure. Well, what I really wanted to get into today with you, Neil, is this idea of, I mean, we're hearing AI, artificial intelligence, large language models, all these things are coming out, and they're coming out fast and furious with chat and Gemini and, you name it. There's probably 100 tools a day coming out and refinements, and so half the world thinks that, we're going to be taken over by robots and bots and whatnot. And you have a lot of small business people that are really just trying to grow their business locally, right? They're trying to build their clientele, they're trying to serve their employees and their community and their families, and you know they don't want to get left behind. And so, what's bring us up to speed. What's going on there? What's the impact there? How can they leverage it? I mean, there's a lot there to unpack, and so I'm just going to throw that whole football to you.
Sure. So, first off, with AI, most small business owners, from what we see, look at it as a magic wand. They hope you can wave it and it solves all your problems. That's not really AI in its form today. Maybe 5 years from now, maybe even 2 years from now, or a year, maybe, I don't know. But in the short run, I believe too many small businesses are overestimating AI. But they're also, on the flip side, we're seeing them underestimate the impact it can have to their business in the long run. So AI is super powerful. And it can help them with things like ideation, research. Think of what you would pay junior level people to help you do. AI can help you with a lot of that stuff for pennies on the dollar. And that's where we see the power of AI, especially for a small, medium business. It
What
can,
would be an example of that ideation that a small business person, how could they leverage that?
if you want to create a video marketing your product, Sora can end up doing that for you. If
Ah,
you're looking for images, you don't no longer have to pay someone professionally. Sure, the video quality, the image quality may be better, but you'll be shocked on what Firefly could do for you, and it's pennies on the dollar. It's a night and day difference.
so they could start with basically hiring a sort of free or pennies on the dollar technical assistant that can handle some of these tasks that they've had to outsource
Wait,
before.
wait, and to clarify, some of these penny on the dollar type of investments produce better results than paying the actual person. So, for example, if I want a really cool visual image, a lot of times I'm able to get better images from Firefly, Adobe's product, than I am from paying a freelancer on Upwork.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Oh, and by the way, I get it in seconds versus waiting days.
So you've compressed your time, you've compressed the cost, and you're getting a better quality product.
For some things, not
Mhm.
everything. A lot of people are like, oh, I could just have AI write me 1,000 blog posts and do SEO. We're not seeing that work well. Trust me, we tried it. It would be great if it worked that well. Um, I hear a lot of people saying, "Oh, don't have to pay people to create social content. I don't even need to do it myself. I can just retire. I'm just going to have AI create a ton of social content for me." We did a interesting study where we tested out AI content versus human content images, right? And
Mhm.
we tested this out on, I believe it was 304 social profiles. It was 304 Instagram accounts. And when you look at these accounts were posting both AI content, non-AI content, their non-AI content, right? Their AI their AI generated images got 37.8% less likes. And the non-AI generated images not only got more likes, but they also generated on average 34.7% more comments. So it doesn't always produce better results.
So, okay, so taking this idea of content, for instance, and leveraging AI, because most of us have been taught in the local business that we want to create content to help, drive traffic and SEO. And of course, again, this is your area of expertise. So, but just blathering out there, just tons of content, quantity of content that's maybe AI created is not the answer.
If people are looking for quality, if you're a local business, have amazing Google My Business profile, have amazing Yelp profile, great looking images, focus on getting a lot of reviews, have your own website, make sure the experience works for a phone as well as a desktop computer or iPad, but really focus on the experience. And I'll give you a prime example of this. Okay. If you're a local business, let's say a restaurant, why the heck would you have a menu listing all this food but no image next to the description or the text? It's easy to add, right?
Right.
We live in 2024. You could have done this stuff back in 2000. Like this is
Hmm.
not anything that's novel or unique. Or if you have Uber Eats and people can select items, include an image for every single item there so people know what it looks like before they select. Little things like this helps generate more revenue, but people don't really do these little things that aren't that trivial.
Yeah. So it's not trivial. The little things that make a bit. What someone says, the little hinges swing the big doors, right?
Yes,
Hmm.
that's spot on. And what we're seeing is a lot of local businesses, they're taking things for granted. They have social profiles, but how often do you post on them? How often do you respond to comments and engage with people? How often are you running promos? Right? Like they're just like, yeah, we got Instagram. Someone just posts some random images. Well, if the images suck and no one takes time to create them and no one's engaging with the community, don't expect your social profiles to generate you any revenue.
so you're so you're saying that that attention to detail and focusing on it is important if you want to grow. I mean, if you really want to grow that social presence, because again, a lot of these local businesses have been, they've been referral based, and they've come from sort of the traditional marketing way.
But
And
but that can
Yeah.
change. Okay,
Hmm.
so I go to a chiropractor here locally. He's
Right.
called the Chiro Guy, right?
Right.
He's really well known on YouTube, like just does a killing. He's
Yeah.
in Los Angeles. It's not like his clients are going to come from even all parts of Los Angeles because Los Angeles is big and there's tons of traffic. They're going to come
Right.
from all the people around his, sub area. No one wants to drive even 30 minutes. They want 10, 15 minutes. He still does really well. And he videotapes doing chiropractic adjustments. Who would ever guess?
And so what's the value of that? I mean, so he's got this YouTube channel and he's got a local client base, but he's got obviously YouTube. I could watch his videos from here in Virginia. So what's his reasoning behind that? His rationale?
Smart guy, help him build up an audience and build up his practice. And then he started expanding it. And I was like, good for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, so okay, so outside of ideation, from a small business standpoint, how else do you see AI as being a factor going forward, or maybe not today, but maybe 6 months from now, 12 months from now, that you need to be thinking about maybe where it could be going?
Yeah, so it'll help you more with video creation. It'll help you more with text-based creation. It'll help you more with data analysis. Hey, here's the spreadsheets for my business. Well, what's trending up or down? Here is all the data for the last 12 months in business. What are our worst months and our best months? What type of customers make up our best type of repeat customers? Here are the channels they came from. It can help do a lot of analysis to help you figure out also where to spend more of your marketing dollars and where to spend less of it.
Hmm. Hmm. So data analysis, going deep on what you've already done with your business to look back, because yeah, so when you start looking at, I mean, if you have three, four, 500 customers or more, that's a pretty decent sized data set, right? For AI to start taking a look at.
Correct, yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously not tens of thousands like you'd have with a large business, but how many small business people are going to take the time themselves, or even to be able to draw those trends and parallels, right?
Or not. The AI
There-
will for them, and it won't cost them much at all, if anything.
It will. Is this something, do you think, that the local business person should attempt to sort of learn, like your chiropractor? Should he try to learn how to use AI and leverage it himself? Should he find somebody that's an expert in it? I mean, how do you see this playing out?
You can play with it on his spare time, or she could play with it on her spare time. Or you could just have some of the people on your front desk help you out.
Because they like to surf the web anyway, right?
Exactly. Those are that's the tip. If they got time on their hand, you should assign some of these things to them and get them to learn it.
Yeah, so instead of them checking their Facebook page or whatever, when they're waiting for the phone to ring or during downtime, they can start doing some of these AI tasks and learning, and maybe even bring some creative ideas back to you as the business owner.
Yep, exactly.
Do you see, so a lot of our clients also, real estate investors, do you see AI impacting that, sort of in a global way or even down to the local level? How can that be leveraged?
I do, but not in a way that is going to change a building. Sure, maybe eventually robots will help build a building. But when I say AI's impact on it, I think it's going to be more so like you have a real estate. You're going to put in a Starbucks in there. Well, cool. You can create technology to help automate a lot of their ordering processes. Or
Mhm.
same with the McDonald's, or same with the chiropractor. Why can't a lot of things be done on a touch screen these days? And the AI then tells the doctor, hey, these are the issues maybe to look for. Or if there's a surgeon, he's wearing glasses and AI is detecting stuff and giving suggestions, not telling the surgeon what to do or not to
Mm,
do, but more so
right.
giving suggestions and helping avoid complications or issues that could arise.
Hmm. So I know, like, along those lines, when you watch professional sports today, like football and that sort of thing, or golf, and they're all now sort of infatuated with talking about analytics on, like, in football, it's third down and or fourth down and one. Should they go for it or should they punt the ball, right? And they always are now talking about, well, the analytics say you should do this. So what you're talking about is maybe even going deeper and having AI bring out the pattern to that physician or whatever, and say the percentages, the analytics say, hey, you need to check A, B, and C because this is really what we're seeing. And clearly it might not be the right answer. The coach has the opportunity to say, no, we're going to go for it.
Really, the physician will make their own call, but having the
Yeah.
extra data there doesn't hurt. It's up to the physician if they want to use it or not.
So it's another tool adding more insight to the situation. And so here's the thing too. So some people think, I think with this new AI, they think that they're going to be able to hit a button and, sit on the beach and it's going to do everything for them, right? But what I'm drawing at here and understanding is it's going to be another tool to add to the arsenal to maybe supercharge your ability to maybe think and analyze and be creative, right?
Totally. And it will just help level yourself up. Think about all the things that are your weaknesses and
Hmm.
imagine AI helping with them. Doesn't mean you're
Yeah.
going to be the top 1% for all those things. No, but you'll be better off than where you were before.
Right. Right. Well, you can get downtown a lot of ways, right? You can walk, you can ride a bike, you can ride an electric bike, you can ride a motorcycle, you can drive, or maybe the helicopter can get you down there. They're all going to get you downtown.
That's
One way
right.
is going to do it faster than another, right? So, okay. Well, it's exciting time. I mean, are you excited about the world and where we are now with this?
I can't wait for 5, 10 years from now when it really gets advanced.
Well, I think, 22 years in, the web and marketing and seeing the experience in it, I mean, there was never a slow ride, right? I mean, it's always like something is fast and then it's getting faster and the pace of change, it seems like it's accelerating,
It's getting faster and faster. It's not even it's not even steady. I believe it's going crazier and crazier in an upward trajectory.
but that creates opportunity, right?
Yes.
I mean, I honestly believe that AI is going to get rid of a lot of the dumb, menial things that maybe we do now, so we have more time and energy to focus on the higher level things, right? Like the relationships and the thinking part and whatnot.
Like, why do you need a loan processor? I don't know what their exact name is for the mortgage, like a risk or
Yeah.
credit. Why can't they just log into the bank account and do the analysis themselves and be like, approved, disapproved, here's what's wrong, or not even approved or disapproved. This one's fine. This one has issues. Question about X, Y, and Z. If it's because of this, it's pass. If it's not, then question about A, B, and C. You know what I mean? It
Hmm.
can just speed things up. You know, robots are already flipping burgers. Uh, There's nothing new about that. There's even robotics companies that mow lawns. Like again, there's
Yeah.
nothing new about that. Where you're going to start seeing it is you're going to start seeing in a lot of the white collar jobs,
Yeah. Like what? Give me an example that you think.
marketing, design,
Hmm.
engineering, IT
Hmm.
security. Like a lot of these things sectors will have more AI implemented. Management consulting, like it'll impact most industries.
I could see management consulting for sure. I mean, if you as AI develops, and particularly in an industry specific knowledge, you have questions if you're a CEO or a CTO or something. You're like, okay, back to your ideation thing, right? And just saying, hey, okay, this is what I'm considering. What are the pitfalls? What's around the corner? What I don't see? What are the patterns? And to try to maybe identify some of those blue ocean opportunities that are out there. Right in that famous book, outside, we're not swimming in the sharks, where it's, everything is, red ocean, blood in the water. Um, which is an exciting place to be, I think. So basically the upside, the takeaway here is, Neil, from you, is this is something to be embraced and excited about, right?
Yes, not nervous about. Be excited about it. Let the lawmakers
Yeah.
be nervous and let them figure out all the legal aspects. That's
Yeah.
for us not to worry about.
Yeah.
But use it for what you can. If you don't, your competition is, and they're going to start taking your market share.
Well, there you go. There you go. Well, just kind of wind it down here. I appreciate your time. Tell me one thing here. What do you do outside of like AI and technology? But how do you personally stay on the forefront of your own personal development and success? Obviously, you're leading businesses and you're leading companies, and you have to sharpen your axe, right? How do
Yep.
you do that? What are some of your habits and kind of go-to strategies?
A lot of it comes down to just reading,
Hmm.
relevant articles or news or anything like that. On top of that, it is in addition to reading, is going to events, and then experimentation. Those are the three ways I stay on top of things.
Okay, so you read, you associate, you go to events, and then you apply, right? And then you feedback. So it's always a feedback loop, right?
Yep.
A good marketer or a good engineer is going to have a feedback, right? You got to have a result feeding back in to make sure you can make adjustments along the way.
Sometimes the results are great, and sometimes they suck, but you got to learn from them and adjust.
I think Tony Robbins says it's just a result. You know, whether you fail, whether you succeed, it's just it's a result. And so if you succeed, do more of it. If you fail, then do less of it and change something, right?
Exactly.
Awesome. Well, look, winding down here, is there anything else that you want to add about that, or what you're focused on today, and how how we can add value to you with our listeners and our clients? You know, again, people that are they're business owners, they're building local practices, they're growing their companies. How can we be of value to you? How can you serve them?
Sure. Well, if you guys ever want more information, I blog at neilpatel.com. My social handles are Neil Patel. And I have an ad agency called NP Digital, stands for my name, Neil Patel Digital, where we help companies with their marketing, even local mom and pop shops. So, however we can help.
Beautiful. So they can just reach out to you there directly.
Exactly.
Awesome. Well, Neil, look, I really appreciate your time today. This has been a lot of fun, and talking to a guy of your internet fame and status is great. It's not every day we get a super rock star on our show, so excited about that.
I'm honored to be on. Thank you guys for having me.
Hey, gang, just winding down here today. Thanks for listening to the show. And as always, if you need capital to grow your business, you're looking to purchase commercial real estate, or build a building, or invest in commercial real estate, or you're looking to acquire a business, or a competitor, or just need growth capital, we'd love to talk to you. We fund businesses all day long. Our mission is to help entrepreneurs win and to fund their businesses and fund their dreams so that they can make an impact in their community. Reach out to me today. Go to our website, click the button to schedule a 20-minute conversation, discovery call. We'll have a quick conversation, see if there's a need, see if there's a fit, and we can take it from there. The website is VPC, Victor Paul Charlie .capital. That's VPC .capital. All right, there's no .com on that. It's VPC .capital. As always, keep crushing it and hope to see you soon around here. Take care.